Hello, the internet, and welcome. Crusetta here. I've been out of the recording game for a little while I've been sick with what the doctor said was a sinus infection, but I think might have been bronchitis. And I'm bringing you here now, The 9 Lives of Hanzo, the Magical Cat Ninja, Episode 1. So I got Skyrim Special Edition, and I've really been enjoying it a lot. And I've been playing for about 8 or 9 hours, and of those 8 or 9 hours, I've recorded about 6 hours of video, all of which didn't record. So I switched recording software and recorded this little short video just to kind of show off what my game looks like, and my character Hanzo there. So I played Skyrim before when it first came out, played 80 hours on a single character, Falskaar, a kind of Conan the Barbarian style Nord, two-hand melee warrior. And so for this playthrough, I decided to go with more of the kind of character that I used to play with Morrowind, for instance, a magically enhanced stealthy ninja kind of character. And so I named him Hanzo after one of the most famous ninjas in all of Japanese history, Hattori Hanzo, who was also the name of a character from my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, Kill Bill. So one of the mods that I use, I'm not going to go through all my mods, I'm using about 20 right now. One of the mods I used was Live Another Life, and what Live Another Life lets you do is start off the game rather than as a prisoner on your way to Helgen. You can start off any number of other scenarios, most of which completely bypass doing the main storyline at all. So I chose to be a caravan guard for a caravan of Khajit, which you don't have to be a Khajit to do that, but I decided that would go well with my Khajit character I was making. So the game starts off saying basically, oh, you're a caravan guard, but you've finally been released from your contract and you've decided to go out and see the world and go on an adventure. So that's kind of how I'm role-playing my character. He's a Khajit who spent his whole life as caravan guard for Khajit merchant caravans, and now he's been released from his contract and wants to go and visit the world of Skyrim and kind of just go around and have adventures. Alignment would be chaotic good, I guess. I'm not, murdering innocents or anything like that. I'm helping the innocent where I can. A lot of magic. So one thing you see here is Noxeek. That is the Khajit night vision. And one of the mods I have allows you to turn that on and leave it on and it not run out. But I don't like the way it looks, so I never leave it on anyway. I'm using it to try to make out this road sign, and I'm using some magic to try to do that too. And yeah, I find the road signs, I have a mod that adds these road signs all over the place so you can constantly, find your way wherever you're at. The reason I have that actually is because my rule for this playthrough of Skyrim is 0 fast traveling. No fast traveling at all. So in these videos, you'll see a lot of me running along the road. Once I get a horse, which I plan to do pretty soon, you'll see a lot of me riding along the roads or riding through fields or over mountains, whatever. In fact, I'm actually going to cut to the next scene here in a second. But that's because I've really found that's how I play Fallout 4, no fast travel, and I find that it makes a relatively small world way bigger. And Fallout 4, the world is probably a little smaller than Skyrim's, I guess, maybe not. I think Skyrim, a lot of the land mass is taken up by mountains, but anyway, I just find that really adds to the immersion level of the game, as well as just my general enjoyment. So anyway, other mods that I'm using here, I'm using an enhanced landscape texture mod that makes all the landscape look like, there, I'm skipping to the water. You see the water just looks so much nicer in the new Skyrim. I may be fooling myself. Maybe this doesn't really look any better than the original Skyrim looked, but it definitely feels better. And you can't see on the video, I'm recording at a fairly low FPS just because that's easier for me for with my recording software, but you know, I'm getting a good 60 frames per second even on my kind of potato of a computer with the settings turned way up. I mean, not to the absolute max, but pretty nice. I think the game looks really good. I'm using a number of other visual enhancing mods. I'm using a static mesh improvement mod that changes all of the static objects, 3D wire meshes to be much nicer. I'm using like I said, I'm using that terrain overhaul, mesh overhaul. Texture overhaul. Exterior of buildings. There's one for the exteriors of buildings that really makes all that look good. A flora overhaul that makes all of the flora look a lot better, a lot more real. Just a number of other ones too. But anyway, so I'm not. There's still a lot of the like visual mods that made the original that you could use to make the original Skyrim look crazy fantastic. They're not out for the special edition yet, but I'm using a lot of them. You may have noticed when I opened up my inventory a moment ago that it had an error message about Skyrim Script Extender. So Skyrim Script Extender has not been released for special edition yet. There's a warning message. And Sky UI, which is kind of the essential user interface mod, hasn't been released either. But I'm using an old version of Sky UI from the original Skyrim. Sky UI 2.2 from the original Skyrim works perfectly with Skyrim Special Edition. It just gives you that error message saying that it's not working, but it does work. And so until they release an update on that, and the scuttlebutt on Reddit is that it's going to be a long time before they do, then using the old version of Sky UI is a good fix. So one thing you notice here, I'm talking to this afflicted refugee, and here come these other guys. These are Stormcloaks that are coming walking by him. So I'm using a mod called Immersive Patrols that adds just wandering patrols of the various factions in the game. The Dawn Guard, Thalmor, Stormcloaks, Imperials. I don't know what other ones there are, but it has them walking around the world, more of them and more often, and adds a lot of stuff like that. So I was going to go over all the mods, and I recorded myself going over all my mods, and it was just 18 minutes of me talking, and I realized that's kind of boring, so I'm not going to do that, but I will kind of just mention various mods as they come up. Lamposts of Skyrim, of course, that's one I love, just adds lampposts to the, I just think that's kind of neat, even though really it doesn't make any sense if you're in the middle of a road in the middle of nowhere. Ooh, a trail. This can only end well. So this video is about to come to a close, a very dramatic close that you saw in the opening. Two mods that I've added. One is a mod that changes the behavior of wild animals and makes them far more dangerous. And that is something I should have kept in mind when I crept up on this guy. I also should have not quick save right when I do here in just a second. You'll see my very mistaken quick save right there, right as it sees me. And nope. Oh, and there goes Hanzo. So another mod I'm using is a combat mod called Wildcat. Kind of ironic here. The Wildcat combat mod drastically increases the damage of both you and your enemies while adding a bunch of effects like, limb injuries, head injuries, stamina drains from being power attacked, things of that nature. And as you can see here, it did not save my quick save from right before I went up the path. And there we go. So this has been another, or I guess first adventure of Hanzo the Magical Cat Ninja. If you like this, subscribe to my channel. I will have more of these little videos, just little adventures as we go. See you later.